Hooray! Art with us!
Get ready to dive into the world of one of the most renowned artists of the Baroque period.
Today, we'll be exploring the captivating altarpieces created by Peter Paul Rubens for the Cathedral of Our Lady in Antwerp in Belgium.
How did he push the boundaries of traditional painting to create works that were both beautiful and innovative?
In particular, we'll be focusing on two of his most iconic works, the Raising of the Cross and the Descent from the Cross.
What inspired Rubens to create his iconic altarpieces for the Cathedral of Our Lady, and how did he use his artistic vision to bring these works to life?
How did Rubens' altarpieces reflect the religious and political tensions of his era? And what impact did they have on the art world as a whole?
Peter Paul Rubens was a Flemish artist who lived from 1577 to 1640.
He was known for his dynamic and dramatic style, which was heavily influenced by the Baroque movement.
Rubens was a prolific artist, producing over 2,000 paintings in his lifetime.
He was also a diplomat and a scholar, and his work had a significant impact on the art world of his time.
My name is Pavla, and welcome to my channel. Join me, an artist passionate about sharing knowledge, as I welcome my husband Peter to our video today.
Let's discover,
laugh,
and learn together. And to add some excitement, stay tuned until the end for some slightly controversial jokes about Rubens' cross.
Want to discover more about Rubens' life and work?
Check out our videos in the description below.
Let's start with the Raising of the Cross, which Rubens painted in 1610.
This altarpiece depicts the moment when Jesus is being raised on the cross, surrounded by a group of soldiers and onlookers.
The painting is massive, measuring over 15 feet tall and 11 feet wide.
It was commissioned by the Guild of Arquebusiers, a local militia group, for their chapel in the Cathedral of Our Lady.
It was intended to be a showpiece for the Guild, demonstrating their devotion to the Catholic Church and their commitment to defending the city.
One of the most striking things about the Raising of the Cross is its use of light and shadow.
Rubens was a master of chiaroscuro, a technique that uses strong contrasts between light and dark to create a sense of depth and drama.
In this painting, the light seems to be coming from above, casting deep shadows on the figures below.
The result is a powerful and emotional scene that draws the viewer in.
The painting depicts the moment when Jesus is being raised on the cross, surrounded by a group of soldiers and onlookers.
The scene is chaotic and dramatic, with figures pushing and pulling on the cross as they struggle to lift it into place.
The soldiers are shown in various states of exertion, their muscles bulging as they strain against the weight of the cross.
One of the most impressive things about the Raising of the Cross is the way Rubens captures the movement and energy of the figures.
The painting is full of diagonal lines and swirling forms, giving the impression of a dynamic and fluid scene.
The figures seem to be in motion, caught in the midst of a frenzied struggle.
Another notable aspect of the Raising of the Cross is its use of color.
Rubens was known for his bold and vibrant palette, and this painting is no exception.
The figures are dressed in richly colored robes, and the background is a deep blue that contrasts sharply with the warm tones of the figures.
The result is a painting that is both visually striking and emotionally powerful.
The painting was a huge success, and it helped to establish Rubens as one of the most important artists of his time.
Now let's move on to the Descent from the Cross, which Rubens painted between 1611 and 1614.
This altarpiece depicts the moment when Jesus is taken down from the cross, surrounded by a group of mourners.
Like the Raising of the Cross, it is a massive painting, measuring over 15 feet tall and 11 feet wide.
It was commissioned by the Cathedral of Our Lady to hang above the Descent from the Cross is another masterpiece of Rubens' use of light and shadow.
The painting is bathed in a warm, golden light that seems to emanate from the figures themselves.
The mourners are depicted in various states of grief, from the anguished Mary Magdalene to the stoic Joseph of Arimathea.
The figures are arranged in a pyramid shape, drawing the viewer's eye up to the central figure of Christ.
One of the most impressive things about the Descent from the Cross is the way Rubens captures the weight and physicality of the figures.
The mourners are shown struggling to support the limp body of Christ, their muscles straining under the weight.
This attention to detail and realism was a hallmark of Rubens' style, and it helped to make his paintings some of the most popular and influential of his time.
The painting depicts the moment when Jesus is taken down from the cross, surrounded by a group of mourners.
The scene is somber and emotional, with the figures shown in various states of grief and despair.
Mary Magdalene is shown weeping at the foot of the cross, while Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus are shown supporting the limp body of Christ.
One of the most striking things about the Descent from the Cross is its use of light and shadow.
Rubens was a master of chiaroscuro, and he uses strong contrasts between light and dark to create a sense of depth and drama.
The painting is bathed in a warm, golden light that seems to emanate from the figures themselves.
The result is a powerful and emotional scene that draws the viewer in.
Another notable aspect of the Descent from the Cross is its composition.
The figures are arranged in a pyramid shape, with Christ at the apex and the mourners forming a solid base.
This creates a sense of stability and balance, even as the scene itself is full of movement and emotion.
The figures are also shown in a variety of poses and expressions, adding to the sense of realism and humanity.
The Descent from the Cross was commissioned by the Cathedral of Our Lady in Antwerp to hang above the high altar.
It was intended to be a showpiece for the cathedral, demonstrating the power and majesty of the Catholic Church.
Rubens' altarpieces were created during a time of great religious and political tension in Europe, and they reflect these issues in a number of ways.
For example, many of Rubens' altarpieces were commissioned by the Catholic Church, which was engaged in a struggle for power and influence with the Protestant Reformation.
Rubens used his art to promote Catholicism and to create works that would inspire and uplift the faithful.
At the same time, Rubens' altarpieces also reflect the political tensions of his era, particularly in his depictions of powerful rulers and military leaders.
Rubens used his art to celebrate the power and authority of the Catholic Church and its allies, while also promoting the ideals of beauty, harmony, and balance that were central to the Baroque style.
Why did the soldier cross the road?
To help raise the cross in Rubens' painting.
Why did the mourners in Rubens' painting look so sad?
Because they realized they forgot to bring tissues to the crucifixion.
Why did Rubens paint so many altarpieces?
Because he wanted to make sure he had a backup plan in case his career as a prolific painter didn't work out.
Why did the art critic give Rubens' paintings such high praise?
Because he didn't want to get on the wrong side of the Catholic Church. In conclusion, Peter Paul Rubens was a master of the Baroque style, and his altarpieces for the Cathedral of Our Lady in Antwerp are some of his most iconic works.
The Raising of the Cross and the Descent from the Cross are both powerful and emotional paintings that showcase Rubens' skill with light, shadow, and composition.
Take care with love. And don't forget to check out our Baroque playlist in the video description for more art history content.